how do you get people to watch the World Women's Championship, for example? And this is something that.
But there's no sport, right, where you have this. Like people in tennis, they care about a handful of people, a handful of players. People in basketball, they care about a handful. Well, I mean, there's teams,
sports
so
have
it's
done a better
different.
job because they brand, which is one of the reasons I've always been bullish on esports potentially and team idea. Esports is not the same as professional sports, but we ran the Pro Chess League for years, and by the way, I love that event. I miss it, and I wish we were still doing it. Long story, but I've always been a believer in the potential of teams for chess. The Olympiad is such a great event, and I think if you get people cheering for something that is about more than an individual player, you can cultivate loyalty and legacy that is now about the color of the jersey and not about the face anymore. And that's essentially what people are doing in sports. They're rooting for the jersey. It's a very hard thing to do in such an individually dominant game. And I think, as I told you at dinner, I'm optimistically indifferent I try to be, because otherwise I get too much of my self-worth wrapped in it. We're not going to get into my childhood. I try not to be like out over my skis in terms of predictions or whatever, but I think we will look back at this time, frankly, as the beginning of whatever chess is evolving into and can become. And that is not an end of chess as we know it. I think that we're going to figure out more and more with time how to build audiences and maintain audiences so they don't just tune in for the 2018 World Championship and I'll see you in 2 years again. That was just what happens a lot with user behavior, right? I think there's a lot to do here, and I think we'll continue to figure out how to tell better stories, how to create events that can be more of a meritocracy, more transparency to qualification systems, while balancing the very difficult problem you pointed out, which is that no one owns chess and no one can stop a new league and this thing and this thing and this organizer, right? And so in
that
some
is
ways,
one of the issues that we have too much. And we have no structure in chess.
And again, that's the advantage of owning the IP if someone did. Like, the NFL doesn't own football, but they created value around the IP of their product, right?